As we progress with our drawing in ARES Kudo, new versions are automatically created and saved in the Version History Manager, allowing us to track changes over time. Even when we press Save, we are creating a manually defined version, which could be useful at some point. When opening the Version History Manager, we can see the new version that was created when we clicked Save. In addition to creating these versions, ARES Kudo provides tools to compare them, identify differences between them, and organize them more efficiently. Before delving into them, observe that the current drawing has fewer than 10 versions. Now, contrast that with another drawing, which has more than 100 versions, simply because it has been worked on for a longer period. This helps demonstrate the importance of the new features we are about to present. First, the dialog box has been redesigned to include new features, and to better fit the dark theme of ARES Kudo. We can open any version of the drawing. To do so, we can right-click and select Open from the context menu, or use the corresponding button. This version will open in view-only mode in a new tab. Let's return to the main drawing. If needed, we can download the selected version as a separate DWG file. This enables us to keep a backup, or to share the file with collaborators who don't use ARES software. You may simply need to save an independent copy of a version directly in the cloud. By clicking this button, you can duplicate the selected version and save the DWG in the same location as the original drawing. Now imagine that a colleague has created an independent version from a shared drawing, and we want to add it to our main drawing's history. This button lets us add the drawing as a new version at the top of the list. This action means the dialog box will close to display the new version of the drawing. We can even assign the imported version a name to easily distinguish it from the rest. Now, this is our current version. John has added a comment. It informs us that the client prefers reverting to version 87 instead, since they disagreed with the more recent changes. In that case, we will take advantage of one of the new features of ARES Kudo, the ability to compare two versions of the same drawing. We have found the version mentioned by John in his comment. Now, we have two comparison options. The first allows us to compare the selected version with the current version of the drawing. The other lets us choose any two versions for comparison. In this case, we want to use the first option. The comparison results in a drawing with colors based on the palette settings. You can configure up to 3 colors to highlight what is identical in both versions of the drawing, and distinguish the differences between each version. In any case, you can easily change the color from the side palette. By clicking the arrows, you can view the differences one by one. Now that we have analyzed the differences between the drawings, we conclude that everything is correct, and we can promote the option chosen by the client. By promoting it, we make it the current version, while the version proposed by the engineer will take a back seat, but it will remain in the drawing's history. Here, we see the engineer's version, and here is the new one we have promoted. And in between, there are several other versions, which now hold only secondary importance. We assign a name to the version validated by the customer, so we can easily identify it. We can generate a view-only link and send it to the client, who will be able to view the drawing via the link. And if they create a free Graebert account, the client will even be able to comment on the drawing. A drawing may contain many intermediate versions in the history that are no longer relevant. In such cases, it can be useful to clean up the drawing by removing the unnecessary versions. To do this, simply select a version, then right-click and choose Delete from the menu, or click the corresponding icon. If you want to delete multiple versions, the icon is especially useful. It will allow you to eliminate all selected versions at once. To remove multiple non-contiguous versions, hold Ctrl while selecting. For contiguous versions, select the first and last while holding Shift. Deleting versions is helpful for removing intermediate versions between named versions or for keeping your drawing history clean. To explore these features in depth, visit our online Graebert Academy and YouTube channel.